Assalamu alaikum. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been talking about Unit 5, Technology and Gender Inequality. This is basically the theme of our unit. In the first lesson, we talked about technology. I discussed its text and then the exercise. In the second lesson, that is reading selection 5.2, we are talking about gender inequality, and the title of the lesson is Gender Inequality is Detrimental to Society. We have discussed its text, we wind it up in the previous lecture, and then we started talking about its exercise. Yesterday, in the previous lecture, we have talked about question 1 to question 6. The remaining question of this part, recalling section, we are going to discuss today in this lecture. I hope you have the books. Please open your books on page 198. I am going to discuss question number 7 on page 198. Why do parents in most of the rural areas not send their daughters to schools? This is one of the issues. The problem with education is already quite bad, or we can say worse, in Pakistan or in all the developing countries, including India, Bangladesh, or Afghanistan for that matter. But why do they not send their daughter? There must be a reason. First of all, lack of education. Most of our population, they are not qualified, they are not educated, they don't know the importance of education, how important it is for everyone to be educated, not only women, men, and men, women, and even transgender. All of them should be educated. And one thing more, by education, it does not mean that you need to have an office to do the job, or you should not be an officer only. An educationist can be a farmer. An educated farmer, we can have educated plumbers, we can have educated sweepers even. We can have every type of person, every all these professions. So education is mandatory. It does not mean that, for example, if you are going to be a plumber, you don't need education. Of course you need that. You need to know what is good, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, what is right, what is wrong, right? For that, to differentiate, to distinct good from bad, you definitely need education for that. And it's a light. You are a torch bearer if you are an educated person. So due to that reason, and due to the extreme poverty also, due to the lack of schools in our area, specifically due to our conservative society, we don't have separate education system for men and women. So that is also one of the reasons that most of the people, since they are conservative and they are also they are illiterate, they do not have enough education. That is one of the reasons they do not send their daughters, their sisters, and their wives to the educational institutions. So to remedy this situation, at least we should have the option. We should provide this option to the masses that there should be separate education system also. For example, those people who do not believe on co-education, they can send their daughters, wives, or sisters to that separate schooling system, or colleges, or even universities. And we have precedences here in Pakistan where we have even university education is separated. Women, they have a separate university for them, and the boys, they have different or separate sections for them. So we need to encourage that thing also. I mean, parents should have the option to do that, right? So these are some of the reasons that in rural areas, the basic reason is lack of education and conservatism, because they are so conservative, traditionalist. That is why these are basic of the two reasons. Question number 8. What has been said about the importance of education for a woman? The writer, he quoted a very famous quotation that, for example, if you educate a man, you educate an individual. But if you educate a woman, you educate a family. And the reason is, we say that the first school of a kid is, his or her mother's leg. That is very much true. Because anything that he observes, anything that is happening around him or her, around the kid, definitely he or she is going to get the same thing. And, adopt everything from the environment. So if your wife is an educated woman, definitely she will provide a very healthy and good environment to your kids. And if she is not, definitely your kids are not going to have that environment. They are not going to be blessed with that opportunity. So if you educate a woman, basically you are educating a whole family. Question number 9. What are the causes of high mortality rate of women during childbirth? One of the reasons, I mean there are so many reasons, but one of the important reason, and we can say one of the topmost reason is the lack of health facilities in rural areas, specifically in rural areas. In cities we do have these maternity homes, hospitals, etc., where we can take a woman during childbirth, but in rural areas, one of the most, we can say one of the top important reason is that there are no health facilities. Hospitals, of course, we are missing with hospitals, and lady health visitors, which is one of the most important thing. For example, in even a conservative society, if a lady health visitor goes somewhere to somebody's house, they can let her in, and they can have that facility. Most of the family members, specifically male members, they are not in favor of sending their daughters or wives to the hospitals. So lady health visitors, they play an extremely important role in women health, specifically during childbirth or pregnancy or maternity period, which we lack a lot. These are basically the two reasons: lack of health facilities and the lack of lady health visitors. Question number 10. Why do the male members of a family not want to take their women to male doctors? This is very much common, I believe, everywhere. But one of the reasons that they do not take their women to male doctors, because during this situation, nobody wants to take their wives or daughter or sisters to a male doctor, because in such a situation, they don't want male members or male doctors to look at their wives or daughters or sisters. That is because of the societal issues also. And it is not only in Pakistan, even in a very liberal country, in a very liberal educated country, even they don't take their women most of the time to male doctors. And why are we having more male doctors than women doctors? Because we are not educating our women. That is the reason. We lack female doctors. And the reason is people do not believe on women education. So if they start believing on this issue, definitely this issue will be addressed. We will have more female doctors, and these people will definitely feel secure to take their wives or daughters or sisters to those female doctors. I am going to talk about question number 11, the last question in this part. Can ailing and weak women contribute much to the progress and prosperity of a country? Of course not. This is very much evident, and the writer clearly mentioned this, that a healthy woman can produce a healthy child, and a healthy woman can contribute to the prosperity and development of a country. And this is not only about producing a healthy kid, this is about building a healthy nation. We used to say in Urdu that jaan hai to jahan hai. Of course, this is very much right. If you are healthy, if you are physically fit, only then you can get education, you can contribute to the development of a country. And in the same way, if a woman is healthy, she can contribute to the development of a country. At the same time, she can produce healthy kids, which will definitely be an asset to the country. I hope you have understood all these 11 questions. If you have any questions and queries, please comment below the video. I will address them. Thank you very much.